Hello, guys. Now, I go to the cinema quite a bit with my friends. Lately, there's been not a battle, but there's been a discussion almost like, do you stay at home nowadays and never go to the cinema again, or are you one of these guys that constantly go into the cinema? With me, I love to go into the cinema, and I'm going to explain to you why I like going to the cinema. So, with brand new movies, you can't watch brand new movies on a lot of not on Netflix, or unless it's Netflix only, or any of the really big ones apart from Disney Plus. Now you're thinking, well, why don't I just stay at home and watch it on Disney Plus? It's my own place, which is fair enough. If that's what you like, go ahead and enjoy yourself. But with Disney Plus, I believe that they have a premium service on the section, so you have to pay for extra to watch that movie. And I think you have to. I might be wrong, but you have to pay something like £5 to £10 or something like that. I'm not too sure on the certain price. With me, I'm thinking, okay, I have to pay a bit extra to watch this movie on Disney Plus, or I could go to the cinema and watch it. I would rather go to the cinema because of these reasons next. The seats are amazing. I mean, they can be a bit pain. Like, I go to the View quite a bit because it's nice and cheap. And it's just very standard cinema, and like, you go in and sometimes it is a bit closed. There's not an awful lot of leg room, but the seats themselves are really nice. Now, I don't know what furniture you have. You might really have a nice comfy sofa, so this might not be even a factor. This screen is humongous. You can have a 50 inch TV, 4K Ultra. Fair enough. It's still not going to be as big and probably as impressive as a cinema screen. I mean, I do hate it sometimes, because sometimes if it's like white explosion or white mist or something, you can see a bit of dirty marks on it, which is a bit frustrating. But that's rarely happens because they tend to clean it. I believe. I hope they clean the screen. So yeah, the screen itself, it's very impressive. The sounds, again, if you have a lot of money, you can buy surround sound, which is fair enough if you can, if that's what you like. If you're okay having it quite quiet because you don't want to disturb the neighbours or your parents or anything, if it's a bit dodgy. But with especially horror or adventure, you want the surround sound, you want big explosions, you want it to be somewhat loud, you want it to feel like you're actually part of the movie. Fresh when the school is out. And watch it all together. Now, that is okay for you to do. I mean, you can do it still. But when it comes to having your family together and watching it at a cinema, you're all together still, but you're not crumpled up or gathering onto a screen. You might be all squished. I don't know how big your area is or your house is where you watch movies, if you do watch movies, which if you don't, I don't know why you're watching this. But if you do watch movies with your friends and family and you've got a big group, then you might be a bit squished. It might be a bit uncomfortable. With cinema, I cancels it out. It's going to be more expensive, I understand that. And it's perfect as well, because after the cinemas, you can all walk and you could talk. When the film is finished at a home, you just switch it off. you kids could go run up and play Fortnite or on their phones, but with this, you know, you have to walk out all together, and you can't help not talk about the movie. When the booze is up. I've spoke a bit about this already, but like when you go into a cinema, the outworld doesn't exist. I mean, it does exist. You have people still texting, but I've been into the cinema before, and I've been stressed about the outside world a number of times. And I've, you know, after, you know, watching, you just can go. You can really watch a movie and forget. As long as you switch off your phone and you keep your phone in your pocket, and you don't really necessarily talk about the outside world in the cinema. It's like a little bubble. So, like I said, bringing people into your house, making it all messy and stuff, or, you know, you have to clean any food that might have been dropped, or, you know, drinks spilt. That can all go out the window. In the cinema, I mean, it can be the same with home life, but you're going to. It might be just a British thing, but when your guests come into your house, you always try and offer them food or drink. Like, do you want a cup of tea? Do you want some food just to nibble on in the cinema? Home. Our cinema is so, you know, our house is so good. It looks like a cinema, you know. Some Richie tart. Anyway, but yeah, you always, you know, tend to offer food or drink, or like, oh, mate, can I have a drink? It's going to happen. In a cinema, they can't really say that. I mean, yeah, you're like, hey mate, can you treat me to a bottle of coffee? I'll pay you later. That's up to you then. Especially if it's a first date, it removes that pressure of that's first interaction, I suppose. Why I think it's a good way of getting into dating with that person is that, like, you watch a movie, then you go out and you can go out and eat, and you can then talk about the movie. You've got something to talk about, so there's no awkward silences. So not say anything, but for young couples who, you know, want to experiment, I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, with all those together, that's why I believe cinema should and hopefully survive against streaming services. Like I said, this is not sponsored. I'm not on one side and more on the other. When it comes to TV series and stuff, I always would go onto streaming services. But when it comes to actual movies, if I want to watch a movie, I'm always going to choose the cinema because it's just something a bit extra. If you liked this video and you want me to go into more subjects like this, then please like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.